Okay, Zivi and friends here at Balloon Artist Podcast. This is something I came up with recently in my restaurant work, and I've added it to my shows as well for a different piece that I'm adding in. And it's never been published before by me. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Hey guys, this is what I've come up with recently in some of my restaurant work. I actually make this in restaurants, and it's a ride-inside horse. Now, it uses a lot of big balloons, but it's really big, it's really impressive, and it's really fast. We're going to start with 2 white 646s or 660 Linkaloons, your preference. We're going to inflate them, leaving just a little bit of a tail on them. We're going to tie them nozzle to nozzle. Nice and easy. Right, now we're going to soften them up, both of them. Squeeze the air out all the way to the end. Soften them nice and soft and squishy. Just like that. Bring them together up here, and we're going to leave about that much on the end of them and twist them together. Now, in one of them, you're going to twist a giant pinch twist. So let's do that. That's why I had you soften it up, because these things are tight whenever you try to pinch twist them. They're huge. Huge. Okay. Now that excess of the one that we just did the pinch twist on, we're going to get rid of the excess. Just like that. Now, friction will help hold that in place, but also go back in there and tie it in place if you need to. Make sure nothing's leaking, everything's good. So we're going to set that aside for just a moment. And we're going to turn our attention to a white 350 or 360. Again, your choice. In the nozzle end, well, let me tell you first, hand with tail on the end. We're not going to use the whole thing. Nozzle end, make a pinch twist. About 2.5 inches. Then we're going to measure a hand span, tip of your pinky to tip of your thumb. From that, put that balloon back, you stay. Just like so. We'll bring those two pieces together and twist it right into a double, just like that. Now, this one we're going to make a little bit longer. What we're going to do is give it a little bit of a shape and measure to the back where those two, that bubble twist is right there. Twist off a bubble and pass it between those two right there. Wrap it around to help secure it in place, just like so. Okay? Take off our excess and tie this. I always bring the tail back up to the pinch twist here and tie it in place. It just helps compress it just a little bit more. Gives it a little more of that cheek shape and that forehead shape. Let's turn our attention back now to our 646s/660s. We're going to twist a bubble right on the very end of this one sticking up. Not a very big bubble, only a couple inches, just like this. And we're going to take that and we're going to wrap it into this point right here on the 350. Just like this. Okay? Cool. Now, we're going to take a white 5-inch round. We're going to inflate it up about 3.5 inches and split it into 2 fairly equal bubbles. A royal blue or light blue, whichever color you want to go with. You can even go with black for the pupils of the eyes. 5-inch round, and we're going to inflate it only to about 2 inches. Split it just like that. Now, take these two, put them together, squeeze and twist. So it does this. This is going to be our eyes, and that's going to fit right in here. Just like that. Okay, now take a pink 5-inch round or blush. Sometimes I use blush. And whenever you inflate it, you want to inflate it up to close to 4 inches. But roll that knot all the way back on the nozzle as far as you can get it. So we can do this. Pinch that, making a bubble. We're going to turn this part into a pinch twist. Just like this. This pinch twist here is going to twist into this pinch twist right here. Now, whenever you position your pinch twist on the muzzle, the little white pinch twist is going to go on top, the big pink pinch twist is going to be on the bottom, and this bubble is going to come out here of the 5-inch round. Moving on to the ears of our horse, we're going to take a white 260, leave a nice generous tail. We're not going to use the whole thing. We're going to do hand width bubble, 1-inch pinch twist, hand width bubble, and bring that together, tie it just like that. Hand width bubble, 1-inch pinch twist, hand width bubble, and bring that back to right there where we just tied the other bubbles. Take off our excess, dispose of it or save it, whatever you want to do. I don't judge. Tie it all in place. Trim off the excess. We don't want too much bulk in the knots and twists, so I always remove the excess balloon tail or nozzle, whichever. We don't want it bulking up, making it stand too far out. This part here, I'm going to actually cover up with the reins of the horse, so it doesn't quite matter as much. These, we're going to twist into this bubble right back here. And that's going to give our horse its ears. Just like that. Now moving on to the mane, mocha brown or whatever color scheme you plan for your horse. I'm using mocha brown because it stands out against the white really nicely. Mocha brown 260 inflated out almost to the end. Soften it, squeeze it all the way out. We're going to start doing a fairly loose spiral. We don't want this one super tight. Twist it just like that, leaving 2 little bubbles on the end. And pinch twist that one with the nozzle. And we're going to twist that, into this pinch twist right here. Twist, 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 twist. Alright, so now we've got it twisted right in here. We're going to bring it up, measure along the back of the head, and where it meets that pinch or that bubble right there, we're going to twist. We're going to wrap that into this joint right here with the ears. So wrap it around. You want to wrap as much of it around the bubble of the 646 as possible. Because it's a little thicker, a little heavier, it's going to put up with more abuse. Position everything. So your ears are in place behind the forelock. Or fetlock, I guess. It's not a fetlock's on the meat. The forelock, we'll call it the forelock. Your mocha brown bubbles are going to be underneath the pinch twist to help support it up a little bit. You don't want it too far up because the kid can pull on the reins this way. Okay? This is where we're at with our horse now. The horse isn't complete without a tail, so let's take another mocha brown 260 inflated all the way to the end. We're going to do a fairly loose spiral from the middle. Again, not too tight, you want it sort of flowy. Twist. Pinch twist that nozzle in, or you can just leave it like it is, but cut off the nozzle part. We're going to take our tail now, and we're going to start shaping it. So it gets sort of a wavy look to it, okay? And that's going to twist in right back here. position the pinch twist or the bubbles on either side of the tail right there. And that's where we're at with our pony now. Now, in order to ride this horse, we're going to get your choice of color of 160. You can also use a 260 to make the reins. And to make the reins, it's very simple. Nozzle end, you're going to put a pinch twist. About an inch, inch and a half, nothing too crazy. Going to measure a hand width bubble and another pinch twist just like that one. So it's just like this. This is going to wrap up here underneath the pink bubble pinch twist off of our 5-inch round and up and over the white pinch twist on our 350 or 360. So it looks like this. Wrap it around the back of the head and bring the remainder over to that first pinch twist. Now you can either squeeze the air out of this and leave it like a lead rope. Your lead rope is always on the left side, so this would be wrong. Take off our excess. It's what I prefer to do. Tie it in place. Now cut off the excess. And we have a wearable ride inside pony. If I do this in a restaurant, it's gigantic, it's big, it draws a lot of attention, it's a showpiece, but I use the Christopher Lyle method. I don't make a lot of showpieces in a night. 3, maybe 4 big pieces in an evening, just to show what I can do, because that's the reason I get hired for all the good parties. It's because I show what I can do with balloons in a relatively short time, but in a situation like a restaurant, not every kid's going to get one. Still, you're marketing for yourself, so you have to show it off a little bit. Also, if I'm doing a party or doing a show, make a couple of these, we have races. We put one on a big kid, one on a little tiny kid, and everything we can do, we try to help the little kid win the race. You know, hold the tail of it so the big kid can't get away and run. We pick up the little kid and run with him and carry him. Whatever you got to do to make that little one win, especially if it's the birthday child. That bigger sibling cannot win no matter what you do, because it's just cuter, it's funnier, it makes the little one feel a little more empowered and feel a lot better about their whole day. They have a good time with this. It's a great routine and a great design.